Welcome back, folks. We are here once again on the Western Front, facing the awesome Tortuga power. Now, we're still trying to break through to Antwerp here. That's really my main goal at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to begin my attacks and really try to get these units out of the city. Now, without a doubt, this is not going to be an easy push. All we can do is really do our best in trying to get them out of the city here. And of course, that means some pretty significant attacks until we finally break through. So here we go once again, hitting them with this unit, the 10th Corps. I was hoping that would be enough to break them, but I think we'll have to bring in another Corps here to take the city of Antwerp. So we're going to take our unit from Brussels and of course move up here. First thing I'm going to do is just stay put. I'm not moving from this area. I'm going to take another one of our units and actually move him into Brussels. And ideally, we want to also cover the Ardennes here. So we're going to move this unit into the Ardennes, and it's going to try to entrench, but I don't believe we have enough points to do just that. Now, an attack here would be pretty insane, so I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is just further solidify our front lines here against the actual French. It's pretty cool. We have Metz. So really, I think just entrenching anywhere we can is going to be a good thing. We've also got quite a few Germans over here that we want to keep our eye on if we want to do well. Now, the one thing that's really worrying me is, as you can see here, Tortuga Power is doing quite well at trying to push into East Prussia. So I'm going to go ahead and try to end that immediately and completely shatter that cavalry brigade. May or may not give us a slight national morale bonus. I might also go ahead and fall back slightly over here to Königsberg and just try to reform this line. In fact, it might not be a bad idea to just fall back here and start setting up essentially a secondary line for him to push towards. Now, he might take Gumbinnen. That's okay. We can accept that. We can deal with it when it comes. But what we're really trying to do is to mess up his lines over here in Poland. If we could really cause some issues here, who knows what could happen. As you can see, I think he's prepared for it. A great job there by Tortuga, definitely prepared for that. And what we can do is go ahead and get rid of the Russian unit right here. Can also assist there with some artillery fire, although I think we're in a better situation to reinforce that unit so that he's actually useful next turn. And this fellow here also could use some reinforcements. I want to make sure that all of the men on the map here are well stocked, well prepared for any sort of nonsense coming from the enemy. So there we go, Kutno back in our hands. It would be nice to take this area near Thorn, although I don't really know if I want to, risk sending a unit there for that to occur. Let's take a look over here. Now, this is a beautiful area right here in the heart of Russia. Well, at least the western part of Russia here. We want to see if there's anything we can do to break through here. Now, I've been pretty successful on this front in the past. Let's see if that translates. So there we go. Beautiful. One Russian army destroyed. Can we get a few more? I think we can. Send our cavalry up here from Przemysl. Yeah, that didn't go as well as I had planned. Let's get them back into Przemysl. Let's take this infantry unit. And then again. I'm going to move our general back, and I'm actually going to move this infantry unit into Sambor. I think this is a good area just in case the enemy gets behind our lines. We'll be able to sort of reply, maybe cause some damage. But again, my biggest goal is to destroy that fellow right there. What I'm going to try to do is switch out these units, and there we go. Destroying yet another Russian force. Now keep in mind, the Russians have just almost an endless supply of manpower here, so I don't exactly see that as a huge victory. It's a start, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. The place I'm really concerned about is Serbia. I mean, Serbia is, despite being a very small country, it's very mountainous. It's very tough to break through here and cause any sort of actual issue. What I'm hoping is that we can at least hold the line, and what I was thinking of doing, although now I'm happy I didn't, is to move this guy into the zone of control near Belgrade and try to attack Valjevo. But now I'm starting to think that would be a pretty big mistake. We can actually take a look here, and Valjevo would hold out pretty well unless we're able to get some reinforcements over here and do some damage. I also want to be concerned about these units pushing over here. We want to be aware of them at the very least. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, max reinforce this unit in front of Ragusa. And let's just keep our eyes on this area in general. So definitely a push over here that we want to keep our eyes on, and maybe even set up some units here at the Jablanica Pass to make sure that Tortuga doesn't push too deep into our territory here. We've also got these units that we can, of course, just quick move. The Marine Corps Marines. Ooh. But I think what I'm going to do is actually keep them here for now. I wanted to reinforce them. We messed that up. And what I might do is grab some of these Reserve Corps. And we are going to move them over here. Now, we do need a general to properly watch this area. That's absolutely the case. But I think it's a good start. So let's take one of our generals. We've got 4 here. I'm sure we can offer one up. So we're going to take the general at Koblenz. And again, operational movement for this guy, Duke Albrecht. And we're going to put the Duke over here. So we've got Austrian HQ, we've got German HQ. We're ready for anything, basically. Now again, I'm going to do operational moves for a few of these units. So again, operationally moving this guy to the same area over there on the east. Although I'm starting to think maybe we should put some guys here at the Pass of the Tartars. And really start building up the defensive line. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to start sending some of these German units over. We want to also take a look at our national morale points to see if there's anything else we can do. Let's put this guy right about here. And I'm just hoping that the Russians are not going to really try to push through here to Grosswarden. Although I would not be surprised if that's exactly what they do. We'll just have to respond when that occurs. And yeah, here on the Western Front, man, we've kept things pretty even. We haven't really tried to push Tortuga, and it doesn't seem like he's really tried to push us. But maybe, if you guys think so, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe it's time for us to actually try to push the Western Front and break Tortuga. Pretty much a massive attack. Nancy looks like a really great place to get that attack going. I'm thinking at the very least, maybe we can push our units forward and try and see if he will carry out an attack. Try to kind of force him into an attack. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to push these units forward. I'm going to entrench. I'll push the Strasbourg units forward as well. And again, well, with this guys, we can entrench. And the Mulhausen units, I'm actually going to take the other unit behind them here and once again, entrench. Now, we want to be careful. We want to make sure we have those double lines always ready to go. And right now we do, just in case he destroys one of our units, we'll be prepared for a response, of course. But my biggest goal is holding Antwerp, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to hold it this turn without some additional support. Let's just hope that we can hold this area. So I'm going to push up the airfield to Luxembourg, so this way we can respond pretty quickly to any attacks and try and support our men. Now, what I'm really curious about are the naval battles going on out here, and it looks like Tortuga is well aware of this being an issue too. He's come down to try and do some damage himself. Let's see if we can respond in kind and hopefully come out victorious against the British Navy. Now, keep in mind the French Navy is pretty close. So even destroying the Brits right here does not guarantee us any sort of a victory. There we go. 700 national morale bonus, and man, did we need it. But what I'm going to do is, since this battleship took quite a hit, pre-dreadnought actually, I'm going to pull him back, hopefully to Cuxhaven fairly soon. Alright, we've got another enemy ship. I'm absolutely going to go on the offensive there and try to chase him down. But again, the important thing with the German Navy here, and we may or may not be able to do this, is we need to attack and then get the hell out of there. We can't stick around. If we stick around, it's really going to go quite poorly for us. So I will at least try to destroy these other British ships. But even this is pretty risky, and we are definitely taking... just taking a big risk doing this, because of course, if they show up with quite a few ships and attack us, we're going to be the ones to suffer. But there we go, the Moltke battlecruiser getting another kill. What I really want to do is get this submarine. Yes, there we go. Now we can actually affect some of the enemy's movement, and I'm going to get this submarine and do the same up in the north over there. It's going to take us a while to get up there, though, and if I know Tortuga well enough, he's going to have some ships prepared in that area just in case we try anything fishy. Now here, we still want to take a look, Kutno. Should we be aggressive here? I don't know. So I know he's going to try to push. No, I'm going to let him push. If he pushes, we'll, of course, respond in kind. But for now, I'm just going to entrench the units. Entrench. And again, any attack he makes is going to be quite a difficult attack for him, I believe. It would be nice, though, to have one more German unit here, just to sort of even things out. But that means taking one of our friends over here and moving him, and I'm not sure we are prepared for that. Let's take a look here at the research, though. That is going to be extremely important. As you can see, we're already focusing on infantry weapons and infantry warfare with our Germans, which is pretty great. But there's a few more things we need to focus on, including logistics. Also, I'm going to try to boost infantry warfare here with our Austro-Hungarians. So there we go, and trench warfare as well. Unfortunately, we have insufficient funds for trench warfare. What about logistics here? Operational movement and transport increases. I think for now, we'll just keep things as they are. We are pretty much focusing on what's important. The next thing could be diplomacy, trying to push some of these countries like Bulgaria closer to our side. And I am going to go ahead and I'm going to invest 100 MPP on Bulgaria. Let's hope that works. I'm also going to go ahead and purchase some additional units, even if it means just a detachment here. I think it'll absolutely have its place in this fight. Now, as for our Austro-Hungarians, there's not much we can do with them in terms of purchasing new units. We've done what we can. We do, however, have a navy here ready to go. We've actually got a submarine right there causing trouble near the Malta coast. But as you can see, plenty of British ships prepared to take this guy on. We'll get right over here back where we should be. And I'd love to engage the enemy here. There are actually French ships and British ships, although I just don't see us coming out of this with a very good... Look at that, finding an enemy submarine with a very good outcome. Now, finding that British submarine, if we can get some destroyers over here, I'm not sure the light cruisers can do anything to it, but the destroyers certainly can. At least that's the idea. We'll try the light cruiser as well. Okay, he has finally died from the attack, but again, he is still around here. He's still a problem, and it looks like quite a few submarines, French and British submarines in this area, trying to stop us from getting any sort of support from the Mediterranean. Let's just entrench on the Serbian line at the very least. We can at least try to keep this area well under our control. I'm also going to reinforce any and all Austro-Hungarian units on this line. But man, I would just love to take Belgrade. It's just not going to happen, at least not right now. If we could get the Bulgarians to join us, I think we could absolutely get Belgrade to, well, take Belgrade fairly easily, let's say. So what we'll do, at least with our cavalry, we'll just go ahead and eat up these spots here. Yeah, I'm going to keep him at right there. I mean, there's so much we could do. It's just sometimes doing nothing is better than doing something and pretty much causing a death for your country. In this case, I think this is as far as we're going to get against Tortuga right now. We absolutely can try different approaches as the war continues, especially here in the Western Front. But I think we're going to play it safe right now. Keep our distance and see what old Tortuga power is going to do. As always, when you guys check out Tortuga's videos and hit that like button, make sure to drop a comment down below letting them know that Agrippa sent you over there. We're really trying to just get both of our channels to intermingle, get to know each other, because we play a lot of similar games. So please do that. Anyway, guys, we're going to end the turn here. Wish us luck. I think we've done everything we can in terms of research. And look at that. Ooh, we've got a Russian ship here. Now, wait a minute. Now, one thing I'm worried about, we are going to try to hold this area, but I think he's going to throw everything at us here in Libau. What we could also do is potentially just ignore that and try and go this way. Or we could also fall back, and I think that's what we're going to do. We'll hold out one more turn. We'll see what happens. But again, entrenching with cavalry, certainly not as effective as entrenching with infantry units. Then again, maybe we should make the enemy work for Gumbinnen. Although I'm fairly happy with this line as is. Alright, folks, we're turning it over to the glorious Tortuga power. Let's see how it goes. Okay, Commander of the High Seas Fleet, we have naval units in place that can more effectively sink merchant shipping, bringing supplies to the UK if we were to stop following the cruiser rules restricting commerce raiding. Of course, we want to launch unrestricted naval warfare. It is going to affect British morale, as it should, and our morale is boosted by the use of this unrestricted naval warfare. So already here in St. George's Channel, trying to knock out quite a bunch of the Allied ships. French mobilization continuing there. Nothing that's that surprising. Also, some good news. The Polish Legion has risen to assist us. It's not much of a unit, but nonetheless, it's something. And of course, Lehmann von Sanders takes charge of our Ottoman units. All right, guys. Ottomans prepared for the war, ready to go. Let's see what happens.